Ladies and gentlemen, 9/11 justified. It took them 22 years to make Americans justify 9/11 and join sides with Al-Qaeda. And all it took was a letter.
I just read Osama bin Laden's letter to America.
Osama bin Laden's letter to America.
Letter to America.
Letter to America.
Go read a letter to America.
Read it.
Go read a letter to America.
Go read a letter to America.
Wow, this must be one heck of a letter, written by the one and only Osama bin Laden. You know, this guy. Oh, I'm sorry, this is before the Islamic Revolution. You probably know him as this guy, the founder and leader of Al-Qaeda. He was the one behind 9/11. In his letter, he explains why he attacked the US. This letter is not new. It's been known for the public for many years, but TikTok decided to spread it very widely yesterday across the United States. Smart move by the country who owns TikTok. Very smart move. But I think even they didn't expect this to go this well, because apparently Americans really like it.
I will never look at life the same.
Blow your mind. Everyone should read it.
I read through all 8 pages. It's so well written and so reasonably structured.
I'm going through like an existential crisis right now.
Existential crisis.
Again, wow, existential crisis? I got to read this letter. And so I have, all 8 pages. Feel free to do so as well, but anyway, here's the gist. Radical Islam, good. Everything else, bad.
During a debate last night at a college in Ireland, a Muslim student began screaming at a Jewish student, "We will do what happened on October the 7th again and again, Allahu Akbar." The Jewish student responded, "I only have love for everyone, Jews, Muslim, do you have love for me?" This is going viral right now. The timing is perfect with the letter of Osama bin Laden.
Seriously, that's basically it. And in case you were wondering, there were no references provided, no evidence of any kind. That's pretty much a rent. It starts with, the British handed over Palestine to the Jews who overflowed it with tyranny, and this is a crime that must be erased. So just to be clear, the UN decided with the majority of votes to form Israel alongside an Arab state next to it. Regarding tyranny, please compare the Israeli regime with that of Afghanistan, Iran, Syria, or Gaza, and tell me, where did you find tyranny? Moving on, this is gold. It is the Muslims who are the inheritors of Moses and the inheritors of the real Torah. Again, no reference provided. Therefore, the right to Palestine cannot be raised against Islam. Well, I'm an atheist. I don't believe God promised a land to anyone, but archaeological findings do link the Jews to Israel since the 13th century BC. Bin Laden continues, "The first thing we call to you is Islam, discarding of all opinions, theories, and religions that contradicts this religion. It is the religion of jihad so that Allah's word reigns supreme. In short, only Islam, radical Islam. Militant Islam." So why attack America? Listen to this. You are a nation who choose to invent your own laws rather than to be ruled by the Sharia of Allah. You separate religion from your policies, contradicting the pure nature which affirms absolute authority to your creator. So basically, we attack you because you're not jihadists. If only we knew. If only we had been given this undisputed information back in 2001. We wouldn't have cried when those planes hit the World Trade Center. We would have been happy. As Americans, we should have celebrated the righteous acts of those freedom fighters who came to liberate us from our civil rights and bring the beloved Sharia law. I'm not kidding, by the way. There is a current trend of showing how happy you were when you found out that Bin Laden died and how sad you are now realizing he was right. Bin Laden was right? Bin fucking Laden? Are you kidding me? You just found out that he attacked you because he wanted to force radical Islam upon you, and you applaud him? What the fuck is wrong with you? You think you have critical thinking, but the truth is you're just ignorant and insecure. And if this letter gave you an existential crisis, then the crisis was there before. But if you want to switch sides and kill all the infidels, then go ahead. Let's see how Hamas will treat you. Let's see how those peace-loving freedom fighters will do to you if you tweet something bad about them.
The thing that happened to the German Israel ladies that went to a peaceful party dance having fun, hey, we need to stop this battle, bada beam, bada boom. What did the Hamas people do when they came over? The first thing they thought, hey, here are some easy victims, let's go get them. Which includes these people that are supporting this thing.
Our demands are for the university to call for immediate ceasefire. Like it's complicated. Our demands are for the university to support and protect students who are vulnerable, like you guys who have been fucking dogs. Like it's complicated. Protect our students. It's for them to stop conflating same thing. Harvard, and we have some big fucking brains. I think that we can figure out the difference. Thank you. Anyway, so those were our demands. We're like, we're not gonna leave until they meet them.
Girl, stop.
Oh, and one last thing before you go. If you liked Bin Laden's letter, I have another reading material that you would absolutely love. It's also well written, it's very persuasive, and it gave a lot of people an existential crisis. Enjoy.
He doesn't provide you any details, and it's so easy to convince you to go having an existential crisis.
I am ashamed to say that I not only have never read this letter, but I didn't even know this letter existed. It's wild, and everyone should read it. If you haven't read it yet, read it. However, be forewarned that this has left me very disillusioned, and I feel the same exact way I felt when I was deconstructing Christianity. I feel a little bit just confused, like I have entered into another timeline. What is this?
So I just read A Letter to America, and I will never look at life the same. I will never look at this country the same. Please read it. And if you have read it, let me know if you are also going through an existential crisis in this very moment. Because in the last 20 minutes, my entire viewpoint on the entire life I have believed and I have lived has changed.
Really? You want to approve of people flying planes, gangsta? Really?
It is literally the craziest thing I've read in a while. And while I can't say that I'm that surprised, I am pretty shocked. In reading the letter, I could only think of this tweet that I saw the other day. Under settler colonialism, any kind of resistance is branded as terrorist because the only acceptable violence is violence by the occupier.
Reading this letter, it becomes apparent to me that the actions of 9/11 and those acts committed against the USA and its people were all just the buildup of our government failing other nations in majority of these situations. And this letter was insanely eye-opening. I really urge everybody to Google and read it because I thought that I had quite a lot of media literacy.
Person, you have no idea.
But this takes it to a whole nother level where I was just like, holy shit, like propaganda is genuinely so deeply embedded into our DNA.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have reached this far. And if you're still here, please, please, please. I only want you to like the video and share. Easy. Send a positive message. Middle ground. No middle ground with a plane, please.